You know what I have noticed? People think change forever. They say, give me a year, give me 5 years, maybe someday. Real change doesn't take time. It takes a decision, not a wish, not a hope, a decision. You can change more in 7 days than most people change in 7 years. Not because you are special, because you finally stop negotiation with your own laziness. Let me tell you something. The person you are right now, that's not your final form. That's just how it. Not called comfortable. The vision is started. Believe me, excuse me. Inside you right now, as you listen to my voice, there's a better vision waiting to break out. Try for these 7 days. It's just 7 mornings. Wake up with attention. Got that first hour like it's gold because it is. And watch what happens. Day 2. Got one thing now. People make a mistake. They think transformation means adding 20 new habits. Meditation, cold, plunges, 5 1s, journaling, affirmation, all of it at once. And by Friday, they have quit everything. Here's a better way. Don't add, subtract, just one thing. 1 week habit, one small behavior that's been quietly stealing from you. Maybe it's the phone in bed, maybe it's the complaining, maybe it's the extra hour of television, maybe it's the way you talk to yourself. When you make a mistake, pick on just one and cut out like a surgeon cuts out something that doesn't belong. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to break the pattern, because once you break one chain, the other starts losing on their own. Try this today. Find the one habit that whispers, it's not a big deal, and realize that's exactly the one keeping you small. Cut it and feel the space it leaves behind. Day 3. Move like you mean it. Let me ask you something. How do you move through the world? Do you walk like you are going somewhere? Or do you shuffle like life is a burden? Because your body and mind are not separate. They talk to each other all day. When you slouch, your confidence drops. When you drag your feet, your energy drops. When you move small, you think small. But here's the good news. It works the other way too. Stand tall and your mood lifts. Walk with purpose and your mind follows. Move with fire and suddenly you feel alive again. You don't need fancy equipments. You don't need gym. You just need to move every single day. This week, like it matters because it does. Do 20 push-ups. Go for a hard walk. Stretch on the floor. Dance like nobody is watching. I don't care what you do. Just move. Movement creates momentum. And momentum changes everything. Therefore, clean your mind. Here's something nobody tells you. Your mind is a garden and you are the gardener. What are you planting? What are you watering? You fill your head with chaos, all day bad news, negativity, people who tear others down, Don't be surprised when you feel anxious and lost. Garbage in and garbage out. That's not philosophy. That's just how it works. For 7 days, control what you consume. Turn off the noise. Step away from the doom scrolling. Mute the voices that make you doubt yourself. Not forever, just for 1 week. Give yourself 7 days of clean input. Listen to something that builds you. Read something that sharpens you. Surround yourself with ideas that challenge you to grow. You will be amazed at what happens when you stop telling the world scream at you and start listening to your own voice again. Clarity doesn't come from more information, it comes from less noise. Day 5. Write it down. Here's a secret about successful people. They plan. Sounds simple, doesn't? But most people don't do it. They wake up and hope for the best. They react to whatever shows up. They let the day happen to them. And at night, they wonder where the time went. Don't be that person. Every night before you sleep, write down what tomorrow looks. What time will you wake up? What are the 3 most important things you must do? When will you do the hard stuff? Put it on paper. Make it real. Then, when morning comes, you don't have to think. You just execute. Start a project you have been avoiding. Have that conversation you have been dreading. It doesn't have to be huge. Just choose something that makes you stretch and then do it. Now, when you feel ready, now. When you feel motivated, just do it. Now, when you feel ready, now. When you feel motivated, just do it. Because here's what happens after you do the hard thing. You don't just complete a task. You prove something to yourself. You prove that you are not controlled by your feelings. You prove that you are in charge. And that feeling, that self-respect, and self-respect is priceless. Despite what went wrong and what went right, you took the first hour. You got one habit. You moved your body. You cleaned your inputs. You planned your days. Did hard things. You changed your language. That's not nothing. That's everything. Because here's what you are really done. You have proven to yourself that you can change. You have proven that you are not stuck. You have proven that the old story you have been telling yourself, discipline, I will never change, that story is a lie. You are not who you were 7 days ago. And now you know something most people never learn. Change doesn't take years. It takes a decision backed by action, day after day after day. So what now? You keep going, not because you have to, because now you want to, because now you have tasted what's possible, because now you know who you really are. 1 week, that's all it took to start imagine what you can do the rest of your life. I am perfect, I am sure, but better. More intentional, more disciplined, more alive. Here's what I want you to do tonight. Sit quietly, look back at this week, not at what went wrong, not at what went wrong, at what went right. You took the first hour, you got one habit, you moved your body, you cleaned your inputs, you planned your days, you did hard things, you changed your language. That's not nothing, that's everything, because here's what you are really done. You have proven to yourself that you can change. You have proven that you are not stuck. You have proven that the old story you have been telling yourself, I can't, I'm not disciplined, I will never change, that story is a lie. You are not who you were 7 days ago. And now you know something most people never learn. Change doesn't take years, it takes a decision. A decision backed by action, day after day after day. So, what now? You keep going, not because you have to, because now you want to, because now you have tasted what's possible, because now you know who you really are. 1 week, that's all it took to start. Imagine what you can do the rest of your life.